Right now, new body camera footage leaked online is giving us a better look at the final moments of George Floyd's life.
Plus, a local school district reversing its plans for reopening. We're breaking down what Wanakee parents can expect for the fall semester straight ahead.
And it's a cool start as we kick off this Tuesday, but warmer weather is in the forecast. I'll have the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks. Happy Tuesday. We're glad you're joining us on this August 4th. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Chris Stanford is off this morning. So Aaron showed us that he found some pumpkin spice coffee yesterday. Is that it, Aaron? Here he comes.
Spice coffee.
Look at that.
Let's see this.
It's feeling very fall-like out there if you haven't stepped outside, and we're already seeing this in the stores.
Now, this is a little too early for me, and
Yes.
we are going back to humidity. We are. Aaron's going to talk about that coming up.
Yeah, you know, I love fall, but it's a little too soon. We still have a lot of summer left.
Yeah, we do. Pumpkin spice coffee, not yet, folks.
Not quite yet.
Hold on to it.
All right, well, we start this morning with new developments overnight as the Wanakee Community School District is reversing its all-virtual schooling vote from last week. The school board voted 4-3 last night, opting now for a half day, 4 days a week for grades K through 4. They'll be in class Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Parents will still have the option to keep their kids at home. 5th through 12th grade will remain all virtual.
So if news like that has you a little worried for what your kids will do come fall, an area mental health expert is offering some perspective. SSM health psychologist Dr. Lisa Baker says uncertainties can lead to a fear response from both adults and kids. She recommends setting realistic expectations, both for yourself and your children, open communication with teachers and employers, and reaching out for support.
This is a much bigger systemic problem, and it's unfair, and it's not realistic to expect individuals to take on the burden in a way that won't lead to really harmful outcomes.
Dr. Baker says we can't put all the pressure on individuals figuring out how to manage work and new ways of learning for students. Instead, it's also on leaders and employers to work on finding those solutions.
Right now, educators are pushing for the governor to be the one to come up with a statewide solution. But Republican lawmakers are concerned about the pressure put on the governor and say they're prepared to block such action. The state Supreme Court decision in May limited much of the authority of DHS Secretary-designee Andrea Palm, but the court did leave her powers over schools mainly untouched, leaving open the possibility of blocking in-person classes. Senator Scott Fitzgerald says he wants to reconvene the state legislature this week or next to strike down the governor's new statewide mask mandate, which took effect on Saturday.
So when the pandemic first hit, the U.S. faced a shortage of personal protective equipment like face masks. Well, now a new business is stepping up to make sure anyone who needs one here in Wisconsin can get one. Back in March, Andrew Holland saw a dire need for masks in the community amid the pandemic. In May, his company, Wisconsin Medical Supplies, opened up to make sure the need for masks could be filled.
Our goal in starting the company was to make sure that anybody that wanted to get personal protective equipment could at an affordable price.
Over the last few months, Wisconsin Medical Supplies has significantly increased its production of surgical masks. Right now, Holland says they're making around 250,000 a week. The masks are about 65 cents each, with a box of 50 costing $30. You can buy them on the company's website.
All right, 6:03 is your time right now. We kind of teased that fall-like forecast. Aaron White's in for Hattie this week, and I know you obviously bought it, so you're already sold on the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I feel like was a perfect fall-like day.
Yes.
We had the clouds, we had the cool temperatures and stuff, and I was walking through the store, I'm like, you know what? I might as well just buy
Why
this.
not?
Why
It's
not?
2022.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah, nice little taste of fall like as we go into today. So we got the sunshine today. It's going to be a great day out there. A nice sunrise actually over Madison right now, and that's going to continue through today. The sunshine, just a few clouds coming in for the afternoon hours, and our temperatures warming up through the 60s, 66 by noontime, 70 around 5 o'clock. Again, a few clouds this afternoon. Today's high right around 72 degrees, and this morning definitely fall-like out there. You want some hot coffee to start off your morning as we have temperatures down into the 40s, 47 in the Dells, 46 in Camp Douglas, 50 in Lone Rock, 52 in Janesville. And as we look ahead to the weekend, we get that warmer weather back in the forecast. So if you are tired or just don't really like the fall-like weather, you like summertime more, we have that for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highs back in the lower to middle 80s. There will be the chance for some thunderstorms coming in on Friday and Saturday. The better chance, though, will be for the day on Sunday. But for at least today and tomorrow, we have that cool weather in the forecast. Highs in the 60s and lower 70s for today, dropping down back into the 40s to lower 50s for tonight. But the warmer weather starts to move in by tomorrow, back to the middle 70s and eventually 80s for the weekend. So for today, a fair amount of sunshine, a few clouds coming in this afternoon. Could see a sprinkle, but most of the area will stay dry until we get to the weekend. So today, again, fair amount of sunshine, north wind at 5 to 10. Today's high around 72 degrees, and our extended forecast showing sunny and 76 on Wednesday, 78 by Thursday, and we get back to the 80s for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then all of the following work week. Just have to watch out for a few storms coming in for the weekend.
All right, Aaron White, thank you very much. 6:05 now. One of the Madison area's biggest employers wants to get its workers back on campus. Epic Systems in Verona is telling employees they want them to go back to working in person. But some of those employees say they're worried about the plan. Coming up on CBS This Morning, Anna Werner is going to have more on why those workers are concerned about being told to go back and how employers across the country are struggling with how to best get people back working on site safely. You can catch that story right after News 3 Now this morning.
The number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin has dropped significantly in the last 24 hours. Health officials confirmed less than 600 new positive tests, down from Sunday's nearly 900 cases. In total, more than 55,000 cases have been confirmed throughout the state. DHS officials say about 10,000, or around 18% of those cases, are still active.
Dr. Anthony Fauci says some states might want to reinstate some of their lockdowns to an extent. He's calling the rise of cases in the Midwest insidious. During an interview with the Journal of the American Medical Association, Fauci says taking a few steps back might be key to slowing the spread. He says a full shutdown wouldn't be necessary, but he does suggest scaling back on bars, restaurants, and other indoor businesses.
The 10 largest clusters of COVID-19 outbreaks in the U.S. are in prisons, but according to new data from the New York Times, those outbreaks may not be confined to those prison walls. A new study published in the Harvard Gazette suggests prison outbreaks may be putting the cities and even states they are in at a high risk for cases. Researchers say this is due to the short-term cycling of prisoners through local jails and the close quarters in which the incarcerated are held. Their analysis suggests almost 16% of Illinois' cases recorded by mid-April could be tied to the Cook County Jail in Chicago. Authors of the study say this is based on a correlation between infection rates and jail cycling. They did not trace infected individuals.
The Food and Drug Administration is expanding its warning about hand sanitizers to avoid, that list now topping 100 products. The agency first warned consumers in June about sanitizers containing methanol, which can be toxic when it's absorbed. Now the FDA is also warning about products that don't contain enough levels of alcohol. Nearly all of the hand sanitizers you'll find on the FDA's list were manufactured in Mexico.
This morning, the Federal Reserve says it needs help from the government to save the country's economy. Central bankers are asking for increased government spending to help tide homes and businesses over during the pandemic. Without federal intervention, officials say tell Reuters they fear consumer spending could come to a halt, sinking the economy even further. The Fed's request for the government intervention comes as lawmakers resume talks for another economic stimulus package. That bill could contain a much-needed extension of unemployment benefits, which ended last Friday.
President Trump says he's not sure the Postal Service is ready to deal with an expected increase of mail-in ballots.
But they have old equipment, very old equipment, and I don't think the post office is prepared for a thing like this.
Mail deliveries have recently slowed down by at least 2 days in some places, but workers are blaming new procedures pushed by the Postmaster General. Those delays are raising fears that some ballots might not reach election offices in time if the problems aren't fixed. USPS has said it's going to run out of money by September if it doesn't get emergency funding. The Trump administration had blocked that money after it was approved by Congress. The White House is demanding reforms at USPS in exchange for those loans. UW-Madison students can now vote early at 4 on-campus locations ahead of next Tuesday's partisan primary election. Students who want to vote via an in-person absentee ballot can do so from noon until 4 until Thursday at several sites on campus. Large tents will be set up at Library Mall, Engineering Hall, Dejope Residence Hall, and the Cole Center.
9 minutes past the hour now on this Tuesday. Let's take a look at your first warn traffic. If you're heading out the door right now, if you're heading into downtown, looks like a couple of delays on East Washington Avenue. Park Street looking pretty good. If you're hopping on the Beltline from the interstate and heading west, it looks like we're moving at posted speeds. Maybe a few brake lights around the Stoughton Road area, but other than that, you shouldn't have any issues on this Tuesday. That's your first warn traffic.
Coming up on News 3 Now this morning, we have new video showing the moments leading up to the death of George Floyd.
And Tropical Storm Isaias causing damage on the East Coast this morning after making landfall as a hurricane overnight. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we'll be right back.
Golf Range and Suites of By-10's Golfland provides safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by waitstaff. Try fun, easy-to-play top tracer games like Go Fish, only at By-10's Golfland.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place, and every couple of months, we have a store-wide sale. Stop in this week for 25% off Monday through Saturday. Stop pain, reduce stress, get deeper sleep, and find your healthy place with natural supplements. Stock up on all your favorite supplements this week with 25% off through Saturday. My mission is to impact, empower, and educate you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
I've always loved science as a kid. With the introduction to soils and ag, how they bleed back and forth to each other was something that intrigued me. And this gave me another avenue to pursue something that was an interest of mine. With what I'm learning here, I want to leave that and instill that into my children, that you're never done learning. It's not fair for me to drudge my way through everything and turn around and go, good luck guys, and just try to do the best I can to help out fellow students. If I can lend out a hand and help pull them through or show them an easier path or a path to get to where I'm at, that's what I'm here for.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
What do you think of when you hear custom built in the USA? Superior quality, skilled craftsmanship, built to last? At Renewal by Andersen, our windows are custom built in the USA. That's something each and every one of us is proud of. We're proud of what we do, and we're proud of where we do it. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
By-10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By-10's Golfland.
6:13 this morning, new body camera footage leaked online shows what happened in the final moments of George Floyd's life.
A warning before we show this. The video is disturbing to watch.
Put your hand up there. Put your hand up there. Hands on the wheel. Hands on the wheel.
The video shows former officer Thomas Lane pointing a gun at George Floyd within 25 seconds of he and former officer J. Alexander Kang knocking on the window of the car. They were responding to a call over a possible counterfeit $20 bill being used at the store across the street. Floyd, you can tell here, is eventually pulled from the car and handcuffed.
A second struggle happens later when the officers try to push Floyd into their squad car. Floyd tells the officers he's claustrophobic. Soon he's being pushed into the squad car on one side by Quang and pulled in on the other by Lane, seen in the video obtained by the Daily Mail.
I can't choke. I can't breathe. Please. Fine. My wrist, man. My wrist, please. I can't take your hand. Okay. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. Get in the squad.
You can see there, Floyd then falls out of the car and goes to the ground. That's when Officer Derek Chauvin holds him down with a knee. Floyd, of course, loses consciousness shortly after. He was pronounced dead later at the hospital. Attorneys for the 4 officers involved either declined to comment or did not respond to the release of this video.
Right now, the United Nations says North Korea has probably developed nuclear missiles. In a confidential UN report this morning, several countries say they have reasons to believe North Korea is nuclear capable. They say the country's last 6 nuclear tests likely helped them achieve the breakthrough, though they have not conducted a test since 2017. Just last week, the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, said there would be, quote, no more war, thanks to their missiles. North Korea's representative to the UN did not respond to requests for comment, according to Reuters. This morning, at least 4 people say they've planted the seeds sent in unsolicited packages from China. All 4 women say they thought the packages were either gifts from friends or a package they were expecting. Most of the seeds did not grow, but one woman says her seeds sprouted a large white fruit resembling squash. The USDA asks that if you do receive unsolicited seeds in the mail, do not plant them, as they do pose a serious threat to our ecosystem.
President Trump is setting a deadline for TikTok to find a U.S. buyer. The app now has until September 15th to be acquired by an American company, or it will be banned. There's still a catch here. Whoever buys the app will also have to make a substantial payment to the U.S. Treasury. The president says the U.S. should get a large percentage of the payment because, quote, we're making it possible. Microsoft is currently in talks to purchase the app from its China-based parent company. Twitter expects to pay millions of dollars in fines for allegedly mishandling users' personal information. The FTC sent Twitter a complaint last month. The social media site is accused of taking phone numbers and email addresses that users had provided for security to target ads. The FTC says this happened between 2013 and 2019, and last October, Twitter admitted to it. The company says they could be fined up to $250 million.
6:16 right now. Investigators say exhaust from a diesel vehicle is the source of the ongoing apple fire in Southern California. That fire is 7% contained this morning, up 2% since yesterday. More than 26,000 acres have now burned, and that fire has spread into the San Bernardino National Forest. It's now burning up into the mountains and away from homes. At least 1 home has been destroyed and dozens more are threatened. About 7,800 people have been evacuated. Well, you're taking a live look at Ocean City, Maryland this morning, where Tropical Storm Isaias is passing through at this hour. That storm is once again a tropical storm this morning after being downgraded from a Category 1 hurricane just before 3 o'clock this morning. Isaias caused flooding for coastal areas and started at least 5 house fires. Our meteorologist Aaron White keeping an eye on this storm this morning, and the storm moving quite quickly up the coast there, Aaron.
Yeah, it certainly is. It has really picked up speed after it made landfall, downgraded to now a tropical storm with winds still sustained at 70 miles per hour, but you know that speed up to 28 miles per hour, and it's going to continue that track up the east coast, moving to the north and east, eventually into Virginia, and also all the way up into New England. Winds sustained still this afternoon at about 65 miles per hour. Eventually, it will start to weaken as it continues to the north down to about 40 miles per hour, so it will weaken to a tropical depression eventually, but it's still going to bring a lot of heavy rainfall, flash flooding potential all across New England as it continues through today into tomorrow. Meanwhile, in the tropics, there is another area of development to be watched, about 30% chance of this developing. Overall, though, really doesn't stand much of a chance as there is still some dry air. That's what Isaias actually encountered. That's why it weakened a little bit and then regained its strength. So there is some dry air. So I think this is going to just stay out in the Atlantic and really not form into anything over the course of the next couple of days. Meanwhile, back here in Wisconsin, we got some nice cool air in the forecast for today and tomorrow. Temperatures for today into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Tonight, dropping down back into the 40s and 50s. Warmer air does start to make a return for tomorrow back into the middle 70s. Eventually, we do get to the 80s. And Josh, if you want to go running again today, it looks pretty good. We got green all for today.
That was my only run of the next decade.
He's not doing that again, yeah.
It was only a mile, I should say, too. It wasn't like it was a long.
Still something, though, right?
Better than nothing. It got me off the couch yesterday. All right, Aaron, thank you.
Just about 6:19 on your Tuesday. Lambeau Field is back open for visitors this morning. Lambeau and Titletown events are operating under some new safety protocols. Those include social distancing, required face coverings for staff, enhanced cleaning and disinfecting procedures, and adjusting the food service there. The Lambeau Field atrium and Titletown had been closed since March. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is planning to bring back the XFL. The Rock says he's partnered with an investment firm to buy the now defunct football league. The athlete turned actor and his partners purchased the XFL for right around $15 million. Johnson's former boss, WWE owner Vince McMahon, originally owned the league. Its inaugural season, this spring was put on hold due to the pandemic. The XFL then filed for bankruptcy in April.
If you build it, they will come eventually. Yeah, the Field of Dreams game is now postponed to 2021, according to a source familiar with the planning. The very first Major League Baseball game in Iowa was supposed to be played on August 13th at a farm in Dyersville, the site where the 1989 movie Field of Dreams was originally filmed. It would have been a matchup between the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees, but when the 2020 season was shortened, the St. Louis Cardinals replaced the Yankees. It's still unclear this morning who will be playing in 2021. 6:20 is your time, and still ahead for us on a Tuesday morning. We'll show you how one principal is making sure his students know their health guidelines before going back to the classroom.
And coming up in our next half hour, new data from the CDC about Wisconsin's spring primary. Why they say it did not further the spread of COVID-19. Thanks so much for watching News 3 Now this morning. We're glad you're with us. We'll be back after a quick break.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
You were always the responsible one. So much like me. Always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
What makes the 4-day super sale at Denver Mattress so super? Well, that's 4 days of super low prices, like the Summit Firm for only $199.99. 4 days of super savings, where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And to celebrate our newest arrival, come in and test out the outrageously comfortable Casper mattress. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the 4-day super sale ends Monday.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
U.S. Cellular.
Yeah. New customer? What's the deal?
Unlimited data, just $30 a month.
I love that. But what's the deal with the signal? It works everywhere. I'm like sub-level Z of this parking garage, and it still works. It's crazy.
Sir, you're going into signal shock, very common with new customers. Just breathe with me, okay? Unlimited data. Strong signal.
Strong signal.
All for $30 a month.
U.S. Cellular.
Choose fair.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Maine Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. You'll get big savings from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid. And you'll get the joy of showing off those amazing brands with a risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. Get 100% confidence in your purchase only at the Moore Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and lots more fun showing off your beautiful new kitchen. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us, and Jolene Bonecamp always answers the call with some really stunning pictures. This is out of Muscadet, so I'm assuming it's the Wisconsin River.
That is a beautiful shot right there. Just the colors. I'm always fascinated on a really calm morning like that. Like, obviously, I'm a big lake kid, you know, or lake boy, I should say. I was a lake kid. But you'd always go out skiing in the early morning hours when it was just glass like that. So.
It is stunning. It is. We're lucky to live here, that's for sure. Thanks for reminding us, Jolene.
All right, if you'd like to share your morning with us, all you have to do is send it to us using the hashtag MyNews3Morning. Well, trending now, check out this video that's got us all talking and dancing in the newsroom this morning.
My coronavirus hits me so hard. All the teachers say, oh my Lord, COVID is stressing me. All the updates from the CDC, Lysol can't be found. I've looked all around this town. I've had.
Favorite video of the morning right there. That is musical stylings of Dr. Quentin Lee, a high school principal in Alabama. It's set, of course, to MC Hammer's 90s hit, You Can't Touch This. Lee raps and dances around his school, giving his teachers and students some CDC guidelines and what they can't touch.
This is such a stressful time for kids and parents. This is the kind of content we need to just take a breath and laugh a little.
Sometimes you just need to lighten things up a little bit too, because we're always so serious and stuffy all the time, where it's like, yeah, it's a big deal, but we have to make the best of a tough situation, right?
And that guy's got some moves. Aaron White, you got any moves like that?
I don't have any moves like that, but I give him props for those lyrics and stuff. I mean, that just coming up with something like that for a song, that's impressive.
That took some time, for sure.
It definitely did. Well, I'm going to be moving and shaking to stay warm this morning. It's a little chilly out there.
You might as well. It's a little chilly with the temperatures down into the 40s and 50s. We have a beautiful sunrise, though, over Madison right now, warming up into the 50s and 60s by around noontime, 66. Plenty of sunshine for today. Today's high around 72 degrees, but look at those temperatures down into the 40s and lower 50s. So a nice taste of fall to start off your Tuesday, and we're going to continue with that fall-like weather as we go into tomorrow. But today's high, sunshine, 72. I gotta say, that's almost like a perfect day.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Totally agree with that. Thank you, Aaron. Stay with us, folks. News 3 Now This Morning is back after a quick break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive, and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on My Pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues building and bringing stability to families through homeownership. As area families experience hardships, Habitat provides a pathway to financial security and independence. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
At the Brothers Maine, we're on a mission to deliver more brands, more selection, and more savings on more appliances. See for yourself at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
The future of testing. We could see the local testing stick around Madison for a little while longer, but it'll cost us. Just how much the federal government is willing to cover.
And it's a beautiful start as we kick off this Tuesday. I'll have the details coming up in my First One forecast.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, folks. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us on this August 4th. Krista's the day off, so we're joined by the lovely Josh Spreiter this morning. How you doing?
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to have you back. I know it was a long time last week that you were out.
It was, and I am tired today. You spend 10 days, I was out west, you spend 10 days sleeping in that 2:30 a.m. wake-up call.
It just kind of goes out the window, and then you come back to that, and that alarm goes off. I did one of those this morning where I'm like, I'm just going to shut my eyes for a couple more minutes, and then 20 minutes later did the and it's like you kind of do that panic.
Well, I can't blame you because it was cold out this morning. Aaron White is in for Hattie this morning, and he's talking about a bit of a cold snap that we're seeing these next couple of days.
Yeah.
Though he does have humidity in the forecast.
I know you've got the hot coffee this morning, so it's one of those mornings.
That's for sure.
All right, well, this morning we are now 1 week away from Wisconsin's primary election, and if you're in Madison, your polling location may be moving in the future. The City Council will be meeting on this later tonight, and 9 wards could see their locations change, according to the city's agenda. We have a list of the proposed changes on the Channel 3000 mobile app this morning. If you're voting in person, you can always check your polling location at myvote.wi.gov.
A new CDC report says Wisconsin's primary election back in April doesn't appear to be tied to an increase in COVID cases. The organization looked at data for the 2 weeks after the election. Within that time frame, 572 people had tested positive in Milwaukee. But of those cases, just 6.5% reported voting. 38% didn't vote, but here's the caveat here. 55% didn't say whether they voted. The CDC is still promoting its guidelines to help keep voters safe at the polls. Those include social distancing and making sure polling stations are cleaned and disinfected.
More Americans than ever are expected to vote for the first time by mail this November. And while it sounds simple, there are small things you need to make sure you do to make sure your vote counts. A new CBS News analysis found up to 2% of mail-in ballots in battleground states were rejected or returned. This seems small, but in a close election, those votes could change the results. The most common reasons for rejection are a missing signature, an unverified signature, or a late arrival. Now, to put this into perspective, back in 2016 here in Wisconsin, the election was decided by 22,748 votes. In that same election, 22,401 Wisconsin absentee ballots were rejected. More than 330,000 Wisconsinites have already sent in their absentee ballots ahead of next week's partisan primary. The head of the Wisconsin Elections Commission is asking you to submit yours as soon as possible. High demands and possible mailing delays could impact whether your vote is counted. The most recent count from the WEC shows 332,000 of the more than 821,000 sent to voters have been returned. Voters have until Thursday to request an absentee ballot, and those have to be returned by 8 p.m. on election night, August 11th.
President Trump is continuing to contradict the data on mail-in voting. Election experts say there's a good chance it could take days for all absentee ballots to be counted. In a new interview released overnight, the president tells Axios lots of things could happen during that period of time. But voter fraud is pretty rare. There have only been about a dozen cases of fraud out of the more than 100 million ballots cast in the past 2 decades. Absentee voting is also widespread. It spans both parties. 1 in 4 Americans have used it in the past 3 federal elections.
Governor Evers' new statewide mandate requires most people to wear face masks, not face shields. in public, of course. Besides accessibility, there's some science behind that decision. Medical experts tell CBS News face shields aren't sufficient in slowing the spread of COVID-19. This is because the virus spreads through really small droplets that can easily get around the open sides and bottom of the shield. When worn with masks, the shields can provide a certain amount of extra protections, but experts say you should prioritize wearing a mask. The CDC doesn't recommend the face shields either.
Testing at the Alliant Energy Center might be able to continue past this week, but the federal government won't be footing the entire bill anymore. Axios reports President Trump is authorizing a reduced National Guard response for COVID-19 across the U.S. until the end of the year. Federal taxpayer dollars have been covering all of the costs of these testing sites, but starting August 21st, states will have to cover 25%. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi has been calling for the Guard to stay at the Alliant Energy Center as cases continue to grow by the hundreds every day. UW-Madison, meanwhile, is joining the race to find a vaccine for COVID-19. Wiseman Biomanufacturing on campus is partnering with Heat Biologics to create a vaccine for Phase 1 and Phase 2 clinical trials. The hope is to develop a vaccine specifically targeting the most at-risk populations. That's the elderly and anybody with conditions that weaken their immune system. UW says Phase 1 trials could begin early next year.
More than half of all rural low-income communities in the U.S. have 0 ICU beds available this morning. Politico reports the new findings show the economic disparities shaping how the nation responds to the virus. The shortage means local hospitals are forced to rely on transfers to wealthier communities for their sickest COVID-19 patients. In those wealthier communities, though, just 3% didn't have ICU beds available. As we reported last month, another study finds COVID-19 patients are more likely to die if they're admitted to hospitals with fewer ICU beds available. We'll take a look at this brand new video just into the newsroom within this last half hour. It's of a heavy surf and big waves pushing up on Garden City, South Carolina. Within the past few hours, that storm has been downgraded from a Category 1 hurricane into a tropical storm. Meteorologist Aaron White has been tracking this storm, and really on the map, this thing is still massive.
No, it certainly is. It's really expanded in coverage as it's moved onshore after it made hurricane strength once again, now down to tropical storm strength, and it's going to continue its northward trek as we go through today. But you can see how much it's expanded in coverage across New England, bringing that heavy rainfall, those high winds to much of New England, Pennsylvania, New York State. As we go through today, you can see all those greens, yellows, and oranges. That's just a sign of that deep convection. Some heavy rainfall expected for today. Flash flooding, a big concern there. Also, those high winds down to about 65 miles per hour this afternoon. Still holding on to its strength a little bit, but you can see down to about 40 as we go into tomorrow morning. So an impressive storm, but luckily it is on its weakening trend for the next couple of days. And then it's out of here. And back here at home, we just got the sunshine in our forecast for today and tomorrow. You can see that here over Madison, a beautiful sunrise. Temperatures are warming up through the 50s, eventually to about 66 around noontime, 70 by 5 o'clock. A few more clouds coming in for the afternoon, but today's high right around 72 degrees. A pretty perfect afternoon, you could say. And we are going to see a fair amount of sunshine for today with temperatures warming up into the 50s. Again, right now we are into the 40s and lower 50s, 46 in the Dells, 52 in Madison, 54 in Mineral Point, and 54 in Monroe. And as we go through today, highs upper 60s to lower 70s. Tonight, though, another cool night in the forecast, 40s and lower 50s, but the warm-up starts tomorrow back into the middle 70s for highs. And a look at our forecast overall for today, we will see a few clouds coming in for the afternoon, temperatures into the 60s to lower 70s. And here's a look at our forecast. 72 the high, plenty of sunshine, just those few afternoon clouds, and our extended forecast showing sunshine and 76 on Wednesday, 78 by Thursday, and we do warm back into the 80s as we go into the weekend. Humidity increases, thunderstorm chances come back, so fall-like today and tomorrow, but summertime makes a nice return as we go to the weekend.
All right, so have you made that pumpkin spice coffee that you were walking around with yet?
I did have a little pumpkin spice this morning. It felt like it was like the perfect morning for it, 40s and 50s.
Aaron, you're going to be putting snow in the forecast if you're drinking stuff like that.
It's too soon to talk about that. We're not ready for snow yet in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, Chris Reese would be wanting to put that in the forecast really bad.
Yeah, for sure. He's all about the snow, all about wintertime.
Enough. All right. Aaron White, thank you. 6:38 now. The Midwest could soon be the new Southeast as COVID-19 cases continue to surge in several states. The Washington Post reports Missouri, Montana, and Oklahoma are some of the states seeing an increase in cases over the last week. But Wisconsin isn't in the clear either. Experts are keeping an eye on college cities like Madison as they anticipate major outbreaks when classes start back up. And as schools prepare to reopen, 3 strategies could be key in getting back safely. Scaled-up testing, effective contact tracing, and timely isolation could make all of the difference. That's according to 2 new studies. Researchers in Britain find up to 87% of symptomatic people in any community would need to be traced, and people with the virus would need to be isolated in order to prevent the spread from getting worse. The study's results show it doesn't matter whether schools open full-time or part-time, as long as timely contact tracing and isolation practices are put in place.
Madison schools are starting with an all-online curriculum, but more than 1,000 elementary-age students could still be inside school buildings. The State Journal reporting MMSD plans to offer childcare for those kids at 15 elementary schools and the Allied Learning Center. Childcare through the MSCR CARES program would cost $150 a week, but half of families should be able to be eligible to have that fee waived based on income. Students in these settings would learn online using iPads and Chromebooks. There are around 13,500 elementary students in the district. That enrollment opens tomorrow and runs through the 21st.
Tear gas could be banned in Madison by November. City Council is going to hear a proposal at their meeting tonight that would ban the police department from using the chemicals on members of the public. It would also request a study by MPD to see what the alternatives could be. The department did use tear gas on protesters during several demonstrations over the past 2 months. In 2019, the department spent just under $4,000 on the chemicals.
Let's take a look at your first warn traffic on this Tuesday morning now. If you're heading out, we have a new stalled vehicle on the eastbound lanes of the Beltline just after Todd Drive this morning. No delays so far, but keep that in mind if you're heading in that direction. Downtown area looking pretty good, and the rest of the Beltline looking good as well. Looks like we're moving around 64 miles an hour on the Beltline this morning. That's your first warn traffic. Let's take a live look outside now. Beautiful shot from the Edgewater Skycam. We take a peek at downtown Madison. Feeling a little fall-like if you've stepped out. You might need that jacket just for this morning. Aaron's got a beautiful forecast coming up for you in just a few minutes.
And thanks to an Olympic gold medalist, nobody's crying over spilled milk this morning. We'll show you that video that's going viral and explain the reason behind it. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Savings is on now at Sloan's. Get a John Deere and your Sloan deal. Get 3.9% for 84 months or $204 per month on a John Deere XUV 835N. Get a John Deere now during summer savings and power up with
Sloan. Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's going to be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Hercules. I have been expecting you.
Haha! And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh!
How nice.
Of you.
But also
rather
stupid.
Mine.
Mine.
No, mine.
No, mine.
Mine.
Mine. Red Bull gives you wings.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
This is our moment to build a new American economy for our families and for our communities. When we spend taxpayers' money, we should use it to buy American products and support American jobs. It's time to help small businesses. We'll purchase clean energy technologies to fight climate change and enhance national security. We have to invest in what the jobs and industries of tomorrow are going to be. We have a great opportunity to build back and build back better. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Summer savings is on now at Sloan's. Get a John Deere and your Sloan deal. Get 3.9% for 84 months or $204 per month on a John Deere XUV 835M. Get a John Deere now during summer savings and
Powered up with Sloan.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared
when severe weather is on the way
and your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Madison Magazine is recognizing amazing nurses for their courage and commitment during the COVID-19 pandemic. Go to madisonmagazine.com and nominate a nurse for going above and beyond the call of duty. Deadline for submissions is August 17.
All right, if you watched TV in the 90s or 2000s, you're definitely going to remember the Got Milk advertising campaign.
Yeah, usually you'd have the milk mustache.
Yeah.
I remember that. Well, now it is back, and they're diving right in. Take a look at this. Olympic swimmer Katie Ledecky swims the entire length of a pool. Yes, that is a glass of chocolate milk balancing on her head.
Amazing.
I can't believe this is even real. Look at that right now. And guys, guess what? She doesn't even spill a drop. Now, we've been talking with Kyoto 6 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this show a lot about the dairy industry and how it's been really taking a hit during this pandemic. But with recent spikes in sales, milk producers wanted to capitalize, and I think they did the job right here.
So the only reason I wouldn't be able to do this is because I would have drank the milk before I took the pool.
It'd be a lot easier to balance a glass on your head. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the milk would help it stay. I'm not sure.
Because it's heavier? Maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
Now, Aaron,
I still feel like that's just really tough to do.
I was going to say, you used to be a swimmer, and I mean, that's got to take a lot of core work to be able to be that steady.
Yeah, it certainly does. I mean, she has great form right there, so I think that's really what it comes down to, just the form and just being really steady as you're swimming, and I guess just having good balance.
Aaron's looking for a new job as Olympic swimmer judge over there.
Maybe I can balance my clicker on my head. I'll try that. That'd be easy, though.
I don't know. I'd still probably drop it that way, too.
Yeah, I've dropped it before, so it's okay. But as we look at the forecast for today, we got plenty of sunshine in the forecast. It's going to be a great day if you want to head out for a run, anything outside, except for the pool. It's going to be a little on the cool side with temperatures in the 60s to lower 70s. This morning, though, we're starting off in the 40s and 50s, a very fall-like day. 46 in the Dells, 51 in Watertown, and 52 in Janesville. And through today, we do warm up into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Another cool night is expected tonight, though, 40s and 50s. But as we head to the weekend, we get rid of the fall-like weather. We get more summer-like weather with highs back in the 80s. Just a chance of storms coming in on Sunday.
All right, Aaron, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you very much. Stick around. The morning sprint is coming up right after the break.
But first, it is August 4th, and we want to say happy birthday to our director, Bubba's daughter, Olive. Olive, happy birthday.
Cutie.
And, of course, all the other kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We wish you the best of days, and we'll be right back.
Aw.
News 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings.
For 45 years, Affordable Dentures and Implants has created affordable access to dental care.
And we're proud to have helped millions of people improve their smiles.
Our number one priority is always being the health and the well-being of our patients and staff.
So, we're taking extra precautions to welcome you to a safe and clean environment.
Because we want you to go
ahead and smile.
Affordable Dentures and Implants. We can't wait to see you.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy-efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
The Ford
summer sales event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
To most people, the idea of fighting is unpleasant. But sometimes to make things right, it's necessary to fight. Some things are worth fighting for. If you or your family has been injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side to make things right again. Since 1930, Habish, & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish, & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide-open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Now open in Fitchburg.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
6:50, time for the morning sprint.
One local school district is changing its reopening plans after a board member changed their mind. Wanakee schools will now have half-day classes for 4 days a week for grades K through 4. That'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The 4-3 vote reversed last week's decision for an all-virtual start. 5th through 12th grade will still start entirely online. Parents with kids in K through 4, though, can still choose to keep their kids online.
Today is Dr. Carlton Jenkins' first day as superintendent of Madison schools. Jenkins is a UW-Madison graduate and a former MMSD employee. He most recently served as a superintendent for a Minneapolis suburb for the past 5 years. Jenkins plans to prioritize racial equity and injustice within the district.
We are hoping to continue a downward trend today after seeing a noticeable drop in confirmed cases yesterday. DHS and county data show 579 people tested positive. That's nearly 300 fewer cases than what we saw on Sunday. The 2-week trend of percentage positive cases still slightly going up. There are now more than 55,000 confirmed cases across the state. 18% of those are active.
9 local organizations are being recommended to nominate members to a new police oversight committee. A city council work group unanimously recommended an ordinance last night to create the board and an independent police monitor. Those groups include Freedom Inc., Urban Triage, YWCA Madison, and Outreach LGBTQ+ Community Center. The State Journal reports the ordinance still needs council approval, which could happen in early October.
A new school safety committee will have its first meeting next week. The Madison School Board approved the new 24-person group last night. The Cap Times reports the group will discuss the future role of school resource officers, among other safety issues. The group is made up of parents, police officers, school board members, and students. Meetings will be open to the public. They start next Thursday.
The 19-year-old man accused of shooting and killing an 18-year-old outside of a Red Roof Inn is due in court this morning. Jalen Kane Robertson is facing a first-degree intentional homicide charge. Police say he shot and killed Dembo Jama at the beginning of July. This will be Kane Robertson's preliminary hearing.
Also in court today, the father accused of stabbing his 13-year-old daughter to death. Madison police say 44-year-old Travis Christensen is facing first-degree homicide charges and another first-degree attempted homicide charge for stabbing another person. This happened on Madison's west side Thursday night. The surviving victim has not yet been identified. They are out of the hospital. The Brewers are 0-1 at home this season after their home opener against the White Sox last night. The Crew had been leading for most of the game, but they started to slip in the 7th with a game-tying 2-run home run by the Sox. Then that go-ahead run in the 8th, leading to the Sox win. Final score, 6-4.
Negotiators say they're making progress on the next pandemic relief bill, but there is still no action from lawmakers. Extending the $600 weekly jobless payments and funding for the Postal Service are still sticking points. Democrats are hoping for a more comprehensive deal, while Republicans are trying to pass a slimmed-down package. It's unclear when anything will be passed.
The U.S. Census Bureau will stop collecting data and knocking on doors for canvassing for a full month earlier than originally planned. To be counted, you'll need to complete the survey by September 30th instead of October 31st. The census happens once every 10 years. It determines how many representatives each state gets in Congress and how billions of dollars in federal funding is spent on things like schools and roads. There could be a new name on your ballot this November. Within the last half hour, we're learning Kanye West is making a last-minute effort to make it on Wisconsin's ballot for the November election. This is according to several news outlets. West will need 2,000 signatures by 5 this evening to qualify. He's also working to get on Ohio's ballot. If he's successful, these will be the first presidential swing states where Kanye would appear on the ballot. He is facing allegations of election fraud in New Jersey over his signature submissions there.
We're a week away from Wisconsin's primary election, and if you're in Madison, your polling location may be moving. The city council will be meeting later today on this, and 9 wards could be seeing their locations change according to the city's agenda. We have a list of the proposed changes on our website and mobile app this morning. If you're voting in person, you can always check your polling location by going to myvote.wi.gov.
Second Lady Karen Pence will be in Wisconsin today. She will be joined by the acting Deputy Secretary of Veterans Affairs to visit Milwaukee. Pence and Pamela Powers will visit the VA Medical Center there for a veteran suicide roundtable. They'll also attend an art therapy roundtable and visit a veteran-owned business.
Firefighters are continuing to try and put out a wildfire burning about 80 miles east of Los Angeles this morning. The Apple Fire is forcing more than 2,500 households to evacuate. It's already destroyed almost 42 square miles of dry brush and timber since it started on Friday. Investigators say hot gas from a car's exhaust started it. It's only 7% contained this morning. And breaking now, take a look at this brand new footage just into the newsroom within the last 20 minutes. Our Minneapolis affiliate reports this building is still burning this morning, 2 hours after the fire started. It's an apartment and hotel building under construction in downtown Minneapolis, not far from the Xcel Energy Center. No word on any injuries at this time.
And take a look at this brand new video just into the newsroom within the last hour. This is some of the damage left behind by Tropical Storm Isaias. Within the past 3 hours, the storm was downgraded from a Category 1 hurricane to a tropical storm. It hit the North Carolina coast overnight. It's now headed toward the mid-Atlantic region with winds just under 80 miles an hour.
And as the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast deal with a tropical storm, we have some cooler air in the forecast for today. Already on a cool start with temperatures in the 40s and lower 50s. We have 49 in the Dells, 46 in Camp Douglas, 50 in Lone Rock, and 52 in Janesville. For today, with a fair amount of sunshine, temperatures will warm up into the 60s and lower 70s. A few clouds coming in for the afternoon, but overall today's high right around 72 degrees with a north wind at 5 to 10. And our extended forecast showing more sunshine on Wednesday, upper 70s by Thursday, and then we do warm back into the 80s as we head into the weekend.
All right, Aaron, thank you, and thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day. Make it a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.